Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 2 day for this month for January, for this new year, 2025. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense pass king, Lukong. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast. The first one we do for this new year. I want to thank all una for being loyal, for following me and my organization. And I just want to thank God for this year and to put all our plans for this year before the hands of God. The one I program will try our best for bring una the truth for it will happen for ground zero and for bring una meaningful information them concerning our struggle and for help una so that make all we will be sane as we work out for this journey to our freedom. Na journey for we all Ambazonians, whether you like them or not. Or man, whether you did for abroad, your heart not defined because you know say back home, people that they die insecurity a day. The hope will be start for this struggle, it nobody be accomplished. So I want to just take this first podcast for this year for salute una all. And for thank all those that don't be loyal for me, especially for Ground Zero, where they give me information, especially soldier them, where they never come, they talk sometimes even with risk for their life. And family member them, people where they just love me, the one the way they don't sing song about my name, one the way they encourage me, the one the way they pray for me. We will continue this godly work what they do for our people them. So our mommy them, our papa them, I want to welcome una all again once more for this podcast. For today, as we start now this new year, we'll be get a very big speech for deliverance for our people them, but we never do them yet. We will do them for update una. We'll be start 2 years ago. I be resigned for Ayabachoe group for AIG of C. I be make some promise for una, and I be talk some things and why I be start that program. We then can produce this peace plan paper. We call for direct negotiation with La Republic. And plenty other things and we will need for update on our way to where it happen. But before then, I also done talk for and I say I go bring the video where CDN, this boy for CDN they call Pete Henry. If we make him with the white man then for talk about what to be happen for Canada, I go bring him for set the record straight, make una know because na important record for the life of our people them. Say for the first time, Ambazonian, a separatist group, then she done with Cameroon government. Like two people them for table then enter into agreement. I go bring and explain for una exactly which way happen. Me una get the record because na part of una history. We need to know exactly which way happen. So today we will start with the speech for Biya for explain some few things the way talk we then give an official response for his speech. I go play part of the speech and then I go analyze them and then some things then the way it happen for Ground Zero. Will be important make who know I'm also including the kidnapping of Justice Augustine Bongwang way then kidnap for Bamenda Day. Would try for mediate, would try for intervene, and then talk me the boy then release it within 48 hours. If they not release it between 48 hours, they will see the wrath of our people. They will know say the difference between khaki and leather. We no go allow our town meet thief people then can begin take advantage of me Ambazonian fight and the way they don't turn thief people because they want a people thief then take advantage of it will never happen over my lifetime. You know, we have taken the responsibility of what we started. We will continue to do so on behalf of our people. So we will go directly for which will happen. Also, there is an incident will happen for Bamenda General Hospital. We will bring that one for now and many more. But we will start first with the end of year speech with Biya maker. It be very important. We define a person or a country. You need for hear which way they talk. You need for respond because the independent what they ask them now for La Republic is supposed to come on now. So we need for be take which way their president they talk them very very seriously. So I will play a speech the part we talk about Ambazonia, and then I go bring analysis about make una also una hear. For our own country talk for pidgin. We now they talk in our national language. Now the first language is Ambazonia. Because warana for Wasapita, warana for court, warana for Usa Yugu, na pidgin language we 90% of our people they talk. Even one way they don't go university, come back, they go talk na the pidgin. Even doctor them where they don't get PhD degree, they go call me, they ask me which way some man talking for English, ma explain them for them again for pidgin. So now we make we go.
Granted, some areas of our country continue to face cowardly attacks from terrorist groups and serious crime. However, I can assure you that all is being done to bring lasting peace across our territory. Crime in our urban areas.
So, the place we start for talk and will be relevant for our struggle. Now, the part we start talk about attacks against Cameroon, attacks against our country. Compare with the speeches the way that make them for the past 80 years. When it always come for the part attack against our country, it always talk about Boko Haram and then talk about attack where they come from secessionist terrorism, as they call them, where they for Bush where they attack Cameroon. But this time, would I notice some say when he talk for attack against Cameroon, he mentioned not only Boko Haram as an attack against Cameroon, then he go now into issue of banditry and go for insecurity issue them. Where na he link them with our struggle, we not hear with way they talk them.
Crime in our urban areas and rural areas is being energetically combated by the forces of law and order, who I earnestly encourage. I am particularly pleased with the progress achieved in combating the Boko Haram terrorist group. The operations carried out in recent years by our armed forces in the far north region has severely curbed the destructive capacity of these terrorists, who are now reduced to attacking only innocent civilians.
So it talk about the attack them way Cameroon government they don't carry them against Boko Haram, as they don't reduce the Boko Haram their activities for northern Cameroon. The Boko Haram they don't begin the attack na civilian them. I think say they attack Boko Haram na group in a terrorist group, which will identify them like a terrorist group. No be group where anybody they sympathize with them. Now I think a legitimate fight way to go on for northern Cameroon. Nevertheless, may we continue for here.
I have also noted that the reconstruction of the northwest and southwest regions is progressing despite the atrocities being committed by some armed gangs which continue to target mainly the civilian population.
Concerning our territory, it talk say the reconstruction program, because it done launched with it call on the presidential reconstruction program, where they call the whole war made a hell of a rebuild the destruction where it done take place for our territory during these past 80 years. This program, if you say the whole world will support them, I want to note for our people and say the European Union that refused to support this plan because the war it is still go on and they never get a negotiated settlement or any just settlement where the war if you see the war that over where they fit do reconstruction. Nevertheless, Japan, they don't been at the main donor them for this program, and other few countries the way they don't donate money for the program. Now we did use them for bills on road them for inside our areas them where they go on. It mention them. And concerning our fighters them, it talk them now about criminality. Say criminal gangs, it not still use the word we be the call them before officially like terrorists, even though it still mention them in the same light, but there is a significant change in a tone as they talk, may go listen them.
It can never be overemphasized that the separatist cause championed by these purportedly enlightened beings is doomed to failure. Cameroon will remain one and indivisible. Such is the wish of the overwhelming majority of our compatriots. This is the very essence of the mandate given to me. And
so Paul Biya talks say the cause for the separatist movement is doomed to fail, and then it talks say the one na the so if the cause for separatism they be pushed by the so-called enlightened people. That means the people where they be very wise, then claims them be very wise, but the cause it be doomed for failure. And it talks say the one at the very mandate with the Cameroon people that don't get for him make be president, for be able to fight and for keep Cameroon unity together. In this, we don't respond for Paul Biya, say the failure of separating Cameroon, it be as accurate as the failure for the Cameroon government for assimilate the Anglophones, our Anglo-Saxon system, into the dominant Francophone system, where USSF be admit them for France, say they don't fail for assimilate we. While it be not true, say, for over 8 years, the declaration of our independence made by Siseko Ayuk Tabi have not been recognized in Africa or abroad. Our fight for separation, it don't humiliate the Cameroon, expose the hidden truth about Cameroon's nature, not just being a Francophone country, but being a bilingual and a country made up of two people. Our fight for separation, it don't humiliate the Cameroon and destroy the agenda for assimilate us until their president, it don't accept them. The evidence for this now is so-called offer for the special status for our territory, will be evidence of the fact say that I admit not only verbally and as a Paul Biya Iduam, but officially as a government, say we the people of the Southern Cameroons will be right for claims that there is an Anglophone problem stemming from the uniqueness of our territory. We come from our history as being the former British Southern Cameroon. Now a very big victory for our fight for separation. This victory it come about only as a result of us fighting for separation, only as a result of us picking arms, only as a result of us resisting through the ghost town and pushing forward our Ambazonian agenda. This is the only reason why the Cameroon government was forced. Their parliament tried to force them, it did not work. Lawyers protest on the street, it did not work. They were arrested and beaten. Only our fight for Ambazonia, only our fight for separation humiliate and bring Cameroon down to their knee to accept that we are a people which stems from our history of being a United Nations Trust territory. These have been acknowledged, and Paul Biya cannot any longer deny the reality which he himself have been forced and his government have been forced to acknowledge. Even though the special status is insufficient and does not meet up the minimum expectation of our people, yet in our evidence, say the Cameroon government, they don't recognize what they initially rejected. They don't accept which way they be initially deny, which way they are Tanganjipo, the Issa Chiruma, the Laurent Eso, they can't stand, they deny them. Tin way ye the Paul Biya, if you ignore them, they don't come for accept them as a reality by granting this their special status, even though we will not accept them, but we will recognize them as evidence for the legitimacy of our cause. So the Cameroon government either equally fail for assimilate we, they don't equally fail for ignore us into oblivion. Our people must be able to recognize and claim their victory.
Of the mandate given to me, and I will never fail to deliver it. My dear compatriots, you know my attachment to national unity, progress, and peace. You are witnesses of the action the government has been taking for years under my leadership to bring an end to this security crisis that is undermining the development of these regions and plunging many families into mourning.
So, Paul Biya, it take responsibility and leadership. For Cam Toxin as a result of his leadership, where the action, the way the Cameroon government didn't take him, it be a leadership. Why would he embrace this issue? Because it be important. I will explain that for now why. But it talk for now the whole Cameroon. This is addressing the whole nation. Say the essence of a mandate, the reason why it is for power, He raison d'etre for power. Now for national unity, for fight against Ambazonia, basically. It be in line with which we would inform our population. The only reason why Paul Biya be president for Cameroon today now because of this Ambazonia cause. Now the only reason. Without our Ambazonia cause, Paul Biya for that either be rejected by a people, mass riot for where we start for Douala if we continue, and many other things. Even Maurice Kamto, a rise to prominency, could have ended Paul Biya, even within the CPDM Central Committee and their own member them. Therefore, that asked Paul Biya make it go. Now this our war, it keep Paul Biya for power. Meguna sabi. Now it gives them that reason because it present itself like the strong man if you put the country together. Like it or not, 99% of Francophone them, they want the country make it remain together. And they go support any man where it go be able to hold the Anglophone them and they together with Cameroon. Not just because of our natural resources them, so in another way they no say they no feel live without them, but also for their pride and their ego, for the country itself, Cameroon. This is a reality and we have to know that. That is why when they continue for push our struggle, we need to be aware. Say now we even help the Paul Biya, they don't change the country into one-party system. And the only way they for succeed for do them without international criticism and pressure for stop them, now because of our struggle. So this our struggle, it benefit the CPDM more than any other person. They don't use them for kill all their enemy, suppress all opposition. We need to be wise and for understand the reason why some of the CPDM people then they pay people them for back, me the war they continue. May we not be foolish. The reason why, these are the reason why I don't tell our people that we as Anglophone, we need to stop the politics of regime change. We need to abandon them. Because the more we fight for regime change, now the more the regime they stay for power. And it just be foolish for we for continue for do them. They go to use now we for they play their games. Why the Francophone, they refuse to take their responsibility for their country. Regime change can only be brought about by Francophones, not us as minority. We need to learn on other small minority than for the whole war, how they survive. Whether not the people, them minority than for China, where they don't make deal with the regime for the Communist Party for live in peace. Or not the one that for inside Russia. Russia then get plenty minority group then too, where they don't make peace. We as Anglophone will need for day in now for power sharing, not for power struggle for become a regime president. No, it will never happen in Cameroon. Cameroon is a France-Afrique nation. Let us forget about this issue. May we even show Francophone and say that very Paul Biya will even stand shaky hand before they will fight for their country. Because our fight for change regime will be useless. We will never succeed. We will suffer. All the punishment they give for opposition parties and for that country, they will put on our head. We need to stop the game for regime change. It will never work. Let's just forget this issue of even running for president in Cameroon. It will never work. Our interests lie in self-governance. Our interests lie in playing the power politics that be. The power be in Cameroon is a France-Afrique system put in place by Charles de Gaulle that continue to work even after the French Republic have transited into a modern state. We should never forget that. For the survival and the progress of our people, it is our interest for go in only for power sharing and forget the issue of political leadership in Cameroon. Paul Biya, he talk about national unity as being a sense for you for be for power. What people they need to know and would remind the Paul Biya and the rest of the war that the oneness of Cameroon, the indivisibility in Cameroon was secured in the founding document when the two Cameroon people then come together to form the Federal Republic of Cameroon following the United Nations Resolution 1608. The United Cameroon, where Cameroon be, Cameroon are a united republic made up of two sovereign territories the way they come together for form them. It not be made up now for one of the side. When they become the form, they will preserve their unity in Article 47 for the Federal Constitution, where it talks that the form of the shape can never be altered. That form of the shape was illegally altered because it protected itself against any future changes. That change was done by the regime, the central government of La République, dominated by the French government. They are the ones that undermine the oneness of Cameroon. Our people were never obsessed to break off from Cameroon. Yes, there was a debate, there was argument before the plebiscite, but our leaders, our political leaders, our forefathers accepted the reality of the day and campaigned to join either Cameroon or Nigeria in full faith. Nobody campaigned for independence during the campaign of the plebiscite because we had accepted our faith. We joined Cameroon with good faith out of our free will. The two Cameroon, they came together to form a one united Cameroon, and we were working within that system. It is a Cameroon's government actions that undermines and break the foundation of that unity that have raised the question of Ambazonia today. And that Paul Biya must be told and reminded. Paul Biya, by taking leadership, he himself, it demonstrates what it done to go on for our engagement with the Cameroon government for the past 2 years. After the Canadian talk, we then seek to engage the Cameroon government directly. The Cameroon government that officially they negotiate with Ambazonia as Paul Biya and Tokam through their Grand National Dialogue follow-up committee where they then create and will be led and managed by the Prime Minister. They then continually open the door. For the past year since we start engaged, they then postpone their meeting where they be supposed to get on the follow-up committee meeting. I think so would then be get clarity for the Cameroon government. Say Paul Biya, it then be directly in charge. Would then know so because of the action, the way the Cameroon leadership, the president leadership, it then take including the arresting of Moja, including the investigation where they launch against Ngala Gerard, and the arrest as well for crimes where they done the commit them. So Paul Biya, he office be directly involved in the leadership for this negotiation process. Our people then feel hear from your own mouth, make another piece of it again, and he talk about the DDR program. We know say DDR program, it be pushed forth by the dogs of war as a means for scam the Cameroon government with millions upon millions where they don't take them and lies where they don't talk them. Kawa Yanigwe, it be like the flagship for the DDR. We'll see where they back, then give him motorcycle, I think almost a couple of months ago. So what type of DDR center? The DDR center, the soldier, they know we pick up gun now for fight because they no get jobs. They will pick up gun now for fight for the right of the people them for Southern Cameroon. Right will not enjoy them now. Protection they will not get them even for our Anglo-Saxon system. The peace plan paper, it then propose a comprehensive end of the war towards a negotiated settlement that guarantees a pathway for our people to exercise their right of self-determination through a envisaged referendum within a couple of years down the road, 2035. They not fit treat our fighter them was that they will treat the fighters for Makiza for La République du Cameroon. They not be send them for any de-integration, how they call it, a nonsense. Was so that they not be crazy. They don't fight for a legitimate cause. And of course, it can be derailed. Of course, we admit the shortcomings them, but we also don't accept the offer for peace given by Paul Biya with a counter offer of our own in the peace plan paper. We call for one country, two people with a guarantee of the access of our right of self-determination through a referendum as proposed and indicated in the peace plan paper. We're going to bring on more and detail of this position of PRAP and the member the way they don't constitute the Ambazonians Alliance for Peace and Justice, the APJ, when a combination of over 14 Ambazonian political groups and communal groups where they don't come together for choose the peace by peaceful means for end this crisis, for end this war, and stop the suffering of our people them. That will go bring up for una details as time to go. God bless una. Happy New Year. Have a beautiful sky wherever we are. Put our program in prayer. Now a tangible and the only hope of our people to come out of this war and also to secure their territorial integrity, their dignity, their sovereignty, and their rights as a people. We will bring on the details subsequently. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.